Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. Today is just a quick unboxing, just the one package from DHL. And it's from all the way from Spain, which is kind of interesting because this is kind of a very old Golden Age comic. I know what it is, and it's a great one. It is a great unboxing. So this may not be the biggest quantity. Like a lot of my unboxings, I'm literally unboxing like dozens or hundreds of comics. Well, this is just one, but it's a great one. I really love this comic. It's just a really cool comic. So it's a Golden Age comic, as I was saying, and I'm just going to take it out of the box. And it is one that I've been trying to collect, just this series, but mainly just certain covers from this series, I should say. The series actually was kind of groundbreaking in many ways. It actually features some of the first female artists, Lily Renee being one of them. And it was one of those ones that, like many of the books from the Golden Age, it really didn't like, what was it? What would I say? How would I say this? It didn't have any boundaries in terms of what it could do. It went out there. It told the cool stories. It did things where, nowadays maybe you wouldn't get away with as much. It wasn't necessarily controversial or anything like that. I wouldn't say that, but it definitely, had a lot of the kind of good girl art. I'm just checking to make sure it arrived safely. So it seems to be okay. I'm a little bit worried about the case. It's an older case. I'm just checking it. Okay. And I found out that the person originally bought it from Comic Connect, which is interesting. It's a 5.0, and it's a Golden Age comic. I actually won this in auction. So it went up for auction, and I actually know how much the guy paid. He made $20 on the deal, basically, from when he paid it, bought it, and when I bought it. And there's been subsequent sales that actually, where the prices actually doubled. But I paid about $600 for this, and it's Planet Comics number 41. Now, this is just a really, really great cover. So this is like, it's like Bondage cover, Bondage, good girl cover. But it's not only that, her hair is being, is under bondage too. Like, why would you bother? Like, so the idea is this, like, I think what's happening is Medusa is like gonna make her hair into like another Medusa. Basically, she's gonna become another Medusa. And you got this robot-like guy breaking through the wall, coming in to rescue her. So it's really interesting. So they're going to put snakes into her hair, make her into a Medusa. And what it is, actually, there's a little bit of a story behind it. This is Oro. Oro basically gets possessed by the spirit of Medusa, and now wants to make this girl into Medusa. So that's that's the story behind it. But it's just a really great cover, and it features the artwork of what's his name, Joe Doolin, and Joe Doolin's really famous for Planet Comics, Fight Comics, a bunch of these ones where they have like this good girl art, kind of bondage, women in peril. I would say women in peril is kind of the main theme. And this is like one of those women in peril situations. It's not quite as perilous as some of the ones he has done. Some Joe Doolin ones are like, women attached to like propellers and stuff like that, or women attached to water wheels and getting drowned and stuff like that. It's really perilous situations. But this is still a woman in peril. She's going to be turned into a Medusa. And it's from 1946. So it's peak Golden Age. You're getting into when EC started, coming out with its stuff soon after this. So just a really great comic. I really like Planet Comics. And actually, when I was younger, when I was in university, one of the comic stores that I went to was called Planet Comics, and I guess the owner really loved Planet Comics too. So maybe a bit of an influence there. One thing that I've noticed, and this is something I want to reach out to everybody in the community, whoever watches this video, I want to ask, and I might even put in the title for this video, is there a hidden pedigree? And the reason I ask that, there's this weird A that I see on so many comics from the 40s, Golden Age comics, and I'll show it to you right here. See, there's this little A, penciled in A. And I see that, and there's a certain style to the way the A is done, and I just see it on so many of these comics, and I feel like it's not, like, I looked it up, I try to find it. It's not a pedigree that I know of. I thought it was at first the Edgar Church one, but it's not. But I'm not sure what it is. I'm feeling that it's a pedigree that nobody has like really recorded, and I just see it all the time on comics. this weird little A, and I'm just curious if anyone knows what that little A is, if it's a pedigree, or if it's like, well, I have a feeling it's some kind of pedigree. Somebody, some kid out there back in the 40s marked all his comics with a little A. And I'm just curious if anyone knows what that is. And maybe it's like one of these mysterious pedigrees that, nobody knows. And it's probably one that whoever that person that made that A had an amazing collection, because I've seen it, this little A, on so many comics, like, and so many of these major Grail comics, like from the 40s. So Golden Age comics. So I'm putting it out there. Anyone knows what's that little A? I'd be greatly appreciative for any comments about it, like people willing to tell me what it is. But what do you think? Is this a great cover? What do you think about Women in Peril covers? And what do you think about Planet Comics? It's just an interesting series. What else can I say about it? It's just very cool. So yeah, I like this. I'll try to zoom in. Maybe I'll show you the back as well. You can see some of the other comics that were created by, I think it's, what is it? It's Fiction House is the name of the company. They do like Wings, Jumbo Comics, Jungle Comics, Ranger Comics, Planet Comics, and Fight Comics. So they did a lot of these kind of major ones that I love. I've been collecting all these actually. Jumbo Comics is the first Sheena. So lots of really great things came out of it. Ranger Comics had the very first, what's her name? What character? What's her name? Firehair. First Firehair was in that. So yeah, just a lot of really great comics, all from this one publisher. So I don't know. I feel like I should say something, make this video a little bit longer, more interesting. But I don't know what to say. It's just such a great, I just really loved this comic. I actually tried to buy this, and the guy wanted like 1,000, and it was a lower grade. And then it came up for auction. I was like, oh, I'll just bid on it, and I got it for 600. I was so happy. So yeah, really great comic. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. Thanks again. Bye.